This video is not for everyone. It is only for those who are tired of being a doormat for the insecure, those who have decided that their value will no longer be determined by a stray comment or a thoughtless word. If you are looking for gentle advice on how to absorb insults with a fake smile, this is not the place for you. This video is a declaration of war on weakness. It is a blueprint for building an inner fortress that no one can breach. But if you are a coward who fears confrontation, who would rather bend to the storm than stand tall against it, then close this video now, because what you are about to hear will permanently change the rules of the game you've been forced to play. Today, I won't teach you clever comebacks or witty retorts. Those are children's games. Today, we will build within you the fortress that makes their words bounce off you like pebbles against a wall of steel. We will dissect the Sigma mindset to understand why he cannot be insulted and why his very presence is a threat to anyone who relies on belittling others to feel powerful. Prepare yourself. You're about to learn how to become insult-proof. You're about to learn how to never allow disrespect again.
Firstly, anatomy of an insult, the weapon of the weak. Before we can build our defenses, we must understand the nature of the weapon aimed at us. What is an insult really? Is it just words? No, it's much deeper. An insult is a calculated attempt to steal your self-worth. It is the act of transferring an infection of weakness from an insecure person to you. The insulter doesn't attack you because they are strong. They attack you because they are weak. They see something in you, your confidence, your success, your peace, that reminds them of their own deficiency. So they throw their psychological filth onto you, hoping to make you feel as small as they do. They are trying to drag you down into their swamp. The entire social hierarchy is built on this emotional blackmail. The alpha uses insults to assert his authority. The beta accepts insults because he fears being cast out from the herd. He sacrifices his dignity for a false sense of belonging. The sigma sees this pathetic theater and understands the truth. An insult derives its power not from the words themselves, but from the permission you grant it to hurt you. Think of it as a blank bullet. It is harmless. It can only wound you if you willingly pack it with the gunpowder of your own self-doubt and insecurities. Why can't the sigma be insulted? Because he refuses to play this game. He does not recognize the authority of others to assess his value. His worth comes from within, from his principles, his achievements, his intimate knowledge of himself. He doesn't need the alpha's applause, and he doesn't fear the beta's rejection. So when someone tries to insult him, their words hit a vacuum. There is no echo. There is no wound inside the sigma for the words to infect. There is no insecurity for the insult to feed on. An insult is an invitation to a party of drama and self-hatred. And the sigma replies to this invitation with two simple words: not interested. This refusal to participate is what drives the insulter insane. They expected a reaction, anger, defense, sadness, but instead they get the worst thing imaginable: total indifference. The sigma has shown them that they and their words are so irrelevant they don't even warrant an emotional response. And that in itself is the most powerful counter to any insult ever conceived.
Secondly, building the inner fortress, the pillars of power. Now that we understand an insult is a virus that only infects a weak immune system, it's time to build our psychological immunity. True strength against disrespect doesn't come from clever replies. It comes from building a character that is fundamentally unshakable. These are the pillars of the Sigma's inner fortress. Pillar 1. Absolute self-sufficiency. This is the foundation. Imagine you are the complete source of your own happiness and validation. You don't need a like on a photo to feel attractive. You don't need a boss's praise to feel competent. The Sigma builds his own world. He draws energy from his passions, his goals, and his chosen solitude. He doesn't hate people, but he doesn't need them. When your source of value is internal, any external attempt to diminish you becomes laughable. Pillar 2. An unshakable purpose. A man who lives for a mission greater than his fleeting feelings cannot be easily stopped. To him, an insult is just a pebble on the road to the mountain summit. He won't stop his journey to throw stones at every dog that barks. The Sigma has an internal compass. He doesn't live in reaction to others. He lives in service to his own plan. He transmutes their poison into fuel. Pillar 3. Cold emotional intelligence. Most people are slaves to their emotions. Anger provokes them. Fear paralyzes them. The Sigma is the master of his emotions. He doesn't suppress them. He observes them like a scientist. When he feels the sting of an insult, he doesn't erupt. He asks, "Why do I feel this? Did that word touch an insecurity? Is there a part of me that believes this lie?" This cold self-awareness allows him to choose his response instead of being a puppet of his reaction. Pillar 4. An iron frame of reality. Everyone lives inside their own reality bubble. The person insulting you is trying to force you into their distorted bubble. The Sigma possesses a frame of reality forged in iron. He knows who he is. If someone calls him a failure, he doesn't argue. To even engage in the argument is to admit their opinion holds weight. His internal self-image is the only truth he recognizes. Everything else is just noise.
Thirdly, the art of confrontation. The wolf reveals its fangs. You might think the Sigma always avoids confrontation. This is a mistake. He doesn't fear it, he simply sees it as a waste of energy in most cases. But there are red lines, and when they are crossed, the silent wolf becomes an unstoppable force. But his confrontation is nothing like the alphas. When facing the narcissistic manipulator, the manipulator feeds on emotional chaos. The Sigma gives him nothing. He deploys devastating silence. He will look the manipulator dead in the eye, perfectly calm, and say nothing. This silence screams, "I see you. Your game is pathetic, and it doesn't work on me." This starves the manipulator of the emotional fuel he craves. When facing the arrogant alpha, the alpha demands one of two things: submission or a direct challenge. The Sigma provides neither. He deploys the ultimate weapon: total indifference. He treats the alpha as if he doesn't exist. To an ego that lives on attention, this is a fate worse than death. It sends a clear message: you are irrelevant in my world. And when the Sigma decides to take action, it is never impulsive. It is calculated. It is surgical. While others were busy with petty social conflicts, he was building his empire in the shadows. He doesn't attack the person, he dismantles their power structure. He doesn't aim to embarrass his opponent, he aims to make them irrelevant.
Fourthly, the path to freedom. Your journey begins now. How do you begin this journey? The Sigma mindset isn't a mask you wear. It's the natural result of a long, arduous journey of self-awareness and brutal discipline. Start today with forced solitude. 1 hour, No phone, no TV, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. At first, it will be uncomfortable, but soon you will discover a rich inner world you never knew existed. Practice harsh self-discipline. Wake up early, train your body hard, stick to a clean diet. Every time you conquer your own laziness, you add another layer of steel to your soul. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. Stop complaining. Take ownership. The Sigma doesn't blame others. He analyzes and acts. The moment you stop playing the victim, you reclaim your power. Read voraciously. History, philosophy, psychology. Every book is a new weapon in your mental arsenal. Learn to say no. No is the most powerful tool for setting boundaries. No to obligations that don't serve your goals. No to people who drain your energy. Every no is a declaration of your own sovereignty. The choice is now yours. You can return to the herd, living your life trying to dodge insults and win approval, a path doomed to failure. Or you can begin today. You can walk the harder path, the path of the lone wolf, the path that demands courage and solitude, but is the only one that leads to true strength and absolute freedom. Remember, in a world screaming for attention, be the silence that commands respect. In a world of masks, be the authentic face. In a world built on fear and disrespect, be the one who cannot be broken. Be the Sigma.